Hello there. Welcome to my views and news. Viewers, I want to speak a little about duplicity of the two governments which are indirectly accusing each other, Ethiopian and Eritrean governments. Duplicity or hypocrisy, whichever word suits their behavior. But I want to share with you two uh, developments the last few days which point toward the duplicity of these two governments. It means they are not sincerely sharing their position about the ongoing conflict about the Red Sea issue. Let's have a look firstly at Ethiopian government. What did PM Abiy say today? Today he ruled out the possibility of a war. He said that Ethiopia never invaded a country, it will never attack a country, and his remarks were misunderstood. He did not mean to wage war on Eritrea. That is what he said. But Ethiopian state media is sharing false material which points towards government's previous position. Uh, if you remember, PM Abiy said more than a week ago that no matter what the cost is, Ethiopia will fight for gaining access to the sea. This generation or next generation will fight because this issue is an existential issue for Ethiopia. That is what we heard from Ethiopian PM Abiy more than a week ago. He tried to control damage today because we saw that Djibouti, Eritrea, and Somalia issued statements rejecting PM Abiy's position, and they refused to talk about territorial integrity and sovereignty. So he tried to control damage today by saying that Ethiopia does not want to wage war on anyone. Ethiopia wants a mutually beneficial solution, an agreement which suits the needs of all parties. But what did Ethiopian state media publish today? While PM Abiy was calling for peace, for dialogue, for reconciliation, Ethiopian Broadcasting Corporation (EBC) published a post on its Facebook page. You can see the post on your screen. The subtitle is "The sea is ours, and so are the ships." The sea and the ships are ours. This is being said by EBC, Ethiopian Broadcasting Corporation. So government is saying that mutually beneficial agreement will be negotiated. EBC says sea is ours and ships are ours. Don't you think there is duplicity, hypocrisy in the position taken by Ethiopian government? Because publicly government's narrative that it wants to take control of Red Sea is not working. Rather, regional alliance is strengthening against Ethiopia. Now, on Eritrean side, we're seeing the same hypocrisy. What did Eritrean government say in response to the Red Sea speech by Ethiopian PM Abiy? I remember that Eritrean government issued a statement saying that no one should be concerned, people should not be provoked. The government dismissed PM Abiy's speech as if it was a childish speech by someone who does not know the regional and national political dimensions. But officially, government asked its followers, its loyalists to be calm. But what happened? Well, we saw a barrage of criticism against Ethiopian government, against Ethiopian PM Abiy. Uh, we are now seeing a call for regime change in Ethiopia, a campaign for regime change in Ethiopia. And secondly, what did Abil Said do? Everyone knows who backs Abil Said. Abil is backed by Eritrean government. He's very close to Isaias Afwerki. And if you remember last year when Avil was invited in Europe and his arrival there led to protest there before his departure for Europe, he met with Isaias Afwerki. He's very close to Isaias Afwerki. Avil, 2 days ago, uh, around 24 hours ago, published his work about the Red Sea. He was clad in a Navy uniform, naval forces uniform, and he lashed out at Ethiopian government, Ethiopian PM. He tried to prove that Ethiopia has no case, that Ethiopia is trying to fuel conflicts. So who is backing Abil Said? On one hand, Eritrean government said there's no need to be provoked. Calm down. It's not a big issue, but Eritrea does not want to talk about its territorial integrity and sovereignty. On the other hand, government is backing its loyalists and activists who are continuously lashing out at Ethiopian government. At the same time, we heard from Jemane Gebremeskel yesterday. What did he say? He said there are conflict entrepreneurs who are fueling a new conflict in the Horn of Africa. These conflict entrepreneurs are selling their businesses. They want to sell conflicts. So no one should be worried about the attempts of these conflict. Now, who is promoting, who is instigating this conflict? Who is backing Abil Said? So you see that on both sides, there is hypocrisy, if duplicity is not the right word. Both governments are not on good terms. The two governments are not on good terms. Luckily, so far, diplomatic tensions have not risen to a level of complete breakdown of their ties. Ethiopian Airlines also operating to and from Asmara. We saw some action against Eritreans in Ethiopia, but it's not that large-scale arrests of Eritreans is ongoing in Ethiopia. No, only a few large-scale arrests of Eritreans. No large-scale arrests of Eritreans ongoing in Ethiopia. Yes, some Eritreans were arrested. I did some videos about that. But it's not that Ethiopian government has started indiscriminate arrests of Eritreans. So still things are manageable, under control. But main problem is that Eritrea has taken PM Abiy's remarks very seriously. Eritrea is beefing up its military presence on its border with Ethiopia. Eritrea is not confirming its border deployments, but through different sources, we have been able to confirm that Eritrea has beefed up its military presence on Bore front, on Bada front, on Zilambasa front, too. Eritrea conducted military drills. So if there is no conflict, then what is the need for sending of reinforcements to battlefronts? And secondly, we heard about conscription to people being arrested in Eritrea, people being detained. Able-bodied people, able-bodied youths are being detained and sent to training camps. That is what we have been able to confirm. But Indian government says that there are conflict entrepreneurs who want to instigate the conflict. Basically, both governments don't trust each other. Isaias Afwerki does not trust PM Abiy. And now it is almost impossible for him to trust Abiy, because he teamed up with PM Abiy and the two jointly weakened TPLF. I think level of trust between these two leaders is extremely low. PM Abiy is not reliable for Eritrea. Eritrea believes that it saved PM Abiy's government when Northern Command had been almost disbanded by Tigray fighters. And back then, EDF came to the rescue of Ethiopian PM Abiy. But now PM Abiy wants to gain access to the Red Sea by force. So it means that Isaias cannot trust Abiy. Abiy cannot trust Isaias as well. Why? Because there are apprehensions that Isaias could proactively support Amhara government, Amhara people. Amhara crops there. And secondly, TPLF could not be completely eliminated. It was a desire of Isaias Afwerki's government to completely eliminate TPLF. It did not happen. So Isaias Afwerki is not happy with PM Abiy's government. So basically, there is deficit of trust between these two leads. They're trying to cover up this level of this deficit of trust by issuing statements. Way forward is talks. They should sit, they should talk, they should negotiate, they should take the people on board, take the people into confidence. This is the solution. Empty statements don't matter. Thank you for watching.